Moving on, Lebanese President Michel has accepted the government's resignation over last week's massive explosion in Beirut. But has asked the government to stay as caretaker until a new cabinet is formed. Yesterday, Prime Minister Hassan Diab resigned, saying the explosion was a result of endemic corruption. More details in this report.
The devastating Beirut blast has landed a politically volatile Lebanon in turmoil once again. Following 3 ministers' resignations, Prime Minister Hassan Diab stepped down along with his entire cabinet. Diab said his government has done everything to save the country, but corrupt elements are trying to score political points. He said his cabinet followed the will of the people to hold those responsible accountable for the disaster. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres says reformation is the need of the hour for Lebanon.
It is important that a credible and transparent investigation determine the cause of the explosion and bring about the accountability demanded by the Lebanese people. It is also important that reforms be implemented so as to address the needs of the Lebanese people for the longer term.
Lebanon's UN envoy Amal Modalai thanked the world community for extending moral and financial support amid the time of crisis. She said the Lebanese people's demands for accountability after the Beirut explosion are justified.
The pandemic added to the misery of people and compounded their sense of loss and insecurity. Their challenge was a matter of life, of economic hardship, or death by a cruel virus. Then came the explosion. It shattered Beirut, and with it, what was left of the social and financial security. People are desperate now, angry and afraid. They are demanding and deserve justice, and rightly so.
Lebanon's cabinet's resignation comes amid violent protests over the government's handling of the explosion crisis. Officials estimate that the blast has caused up to $15 billion damage to a country already suffering from a deep financial crisis.